One of the things that I repeat a lot is money is a tool. And I think money is an incredible tool that you can deploy and use to improve your life in so many different ways. And the way of thinking about money, because there's so many beliefs out there that money is the root of all evil, money doesn't grow on trees, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. There's all these beliefs. I don't seem to have enough at the end of the month. It always disappears. And that's a belief. And I think those beliefs trap people. But my belief about money is an incredibly powerful tool to create the life you want to. So when I see it like that, I get very excited about having it in my life because I build up this massive tool that I can use to do cool stuff with. So I would totally agree with those thoughts. Absolutely. And Henry, it looks like you've got lots of thoughts to add.
Can you see me writing down?
Yes, I can. And I love it. I love that.
Well, it's mainly because you stole my ideas, actually. Like, I totally agree. And I think the phrase that I wrote down is the phrase that I hear all the time, which is money is evil. And it's a totally wrong assumption. It's a very opposite belief, because the only time money is evil is when it's painful. And if it's painful, it's because you don't have a good relationship with it. And I think for me, money is an enabler. And that's the belief that we should have, exactly as you've both already said, that when you've got money and you've got money that you know you actually can use, suddenly problems can get solved in a fraction of the time. Suddenly you can double the amount of work you're doing because it enables you to hire people, find premises, all that kind of stuff. There's so many things that money enables you to do, but you have to know that you actually have it. And this sort of goes back to what Emma's saying earlier about, you know, managing the books, knowing how much money you've actually got in the bank and not just spending the money that you make, because then you suddenly have nothing, right? It's the knowledge is power thing with money. If you know exactly how much money you actually have access to that doesn't belong to the government, doesn't belong to people that you may owe money to already, suddenly you've got money to do stuff and you can solve problems and you can do things. And one thing that I find quite fun to watch, and I see this in some of my friends and I see it in a lot of businesses as well, is like, we all know that one person that lives in the short term, don't we? And they have nice things and they buy the cars, they have expensive apartments, but we then see the pain that they then have after that because they've spent all of their cash. And actually the people that are better able to live in the short term are those that are preparing for the next month, the ones that are preparing for the next 5 years, because they know where their money needs to go and they're managing it. And actually they're the ones that are happier because they've removed the painful part about cash. And the painful part about cash is worrying about having enough. And when you know and you can lift that burden and lift that weight off your shoulders, that you know everything's going to be fine for, 3 months, 6 months, a year, suddenly everything is so much easier and your problems are smaller and you can focus on this amazing stuff rather than going, where's the next contract coming in? Where's my next sales? I'm not making enough money.